You're listening to Danny and Baz Chat Shit. That was just fun to say. They spilled the beans and hope for the best as they continue their travels around the land down under. Follow along on their adventures while they teach you what not to do as they continue just winging it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Just Winging It.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for listening.
I'm freaking sweating.
Yeah, same.
Like actually dripping.
Yeah, so do you want to tell folks where we are now?
We are in Lombok.
Lombok? Where's Lombok?
Lombok is in Indonesia.
Where's Indonesia?
In Southeast Asia.
Where's Southeast Asia?
Southeast of Asia.
Yes, that's where we are. Well done. That wasn't planned, like.
No, but I did good job, I guess.
Yeah, you done alright.
If you had asked me where Southeast Asia is, it wouldn't have been able to answer that one.
I was gonna wait on you saying like in the continent of Asia. You could have said that, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you could have been like,
oh
the
shit!
Continent of
I'll
Asia?
say it again.
And then you could have said in the universe, in the world.
On planet Earth.
On planet Earth, yeah. So
Hi.
yeah. Hi. Hello. My name's Brian.
Why are we not vibing?
I don't know. It's alright. Just keep going.
It's really annoying because we're trying to do this podcast and every time we try and start it,
There's a construction
there's
guy.
literally construction right here because we are, for some reason, we're staying in a construction site.
It's a nightmare. So we pulled up. We've only arrived yesterday in Lombok, and of course it's just there's always a little hurdle on the road for us. Everything was great, and then we got the taxi from the port to here, and we thought, we drove through the town of Kuta, which is a beautiful town.
Not to be mistaken by the Kuta in Bali.
Not
That's
Kuta,
a
Bali.
fucking shithole.
Kuta, Lombok. It's beautiful. It's nice and quiet, and so yeah, driving through the town, we're like, happy days, it's going to be great. And then at the end of the town, there's a dirt road with many of, I wouldn't even say pothole, I would say probably ditches.
Yeah.
And it leads up this big dirty hill, like it's not a road, it's a big dirty hill. And we're like,
of course
okay.
we're going up it.
So that's where the hotel's at the top of that road. We're the only hotel here. So we get up and there's a guy just mixing cement on the, would you say the parking area?
I mean, it looked like it used to be a parking area, but now it's just like there's just piles of gravel and piles of stone and piles of everything. And then we walk up towards the reception, and the guy, we haven't even discussed this. What was that about? He was like, oh, I didn't know you were, you're here. We're like,
checking,
yeah.
Are you checking in? I'm like, mate, I've been talking to you like for like 2 days now. I'm booking.com.
Because we were like organising a taxi and shit.
And then you get there, the kid's he's literally about 15. And he's like amazed that someone's checking in. Yeah, it's us too. We're rocking
us too, dickheads.
It's just us.
And the worst part about it is, we knew this was going to happen because, we didn't know about the construction, but we knew it was up a dirt. Well, we knew it was up a road that's not a normal road because we did read the reviews. They also said it wasn't clean, and that's true. It looks like the only thing that's been done in the room is they've changed over the bed linen.
If even.
Other than that, there's so much storage in the room, but not even a fridge. That's also a bit strange, but it's okay.
We usually go and we'll book for 3 nights or whatever, but now we've learned now, our mistakes like this is you book for 1 night.
Book for one, and if you like it, extend. And if you don't like it, then you can go. So that's what we did.
We could have turned away, but because we didn't actually pay for it, but we just felt bad. We always feel bad.
And
it's
also,
common.
We were so wrecked from the boat trip.
Yeah, it was pretty
again,
bad.
We should have knew. We probably did know that it was going to be longer than what the guy said. We pull up and the guy's like, you got a ticket? And we're like, no. And he's like, okay, come with me, I'll get your ticket. And then I'm like asking him, I'm like, so how long's the boat? And he's like, oh, you go Lombok? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, it stops at Nusa Penida for 10 minutes.
No, but he said the whole journey is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, he said it stops at Nusa Penida for 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, but how long is it? And then he was like, yeah, maybe like 2.5 hours.
Mate, dead on.
4.5 hours later.
It was so hectic. But anyway.
So it went to Nusa Penida. It didn't stop for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
It
it
stopped
went to
for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes.
30 minutes at least, yeah.
And then it went to Gili T. Then it went to Gili Air. And then it went to Lombok.
Yeah,
So it
we're
was
the
like
last
4.5
on the
hours.
list.
We literally got into the boat. And, well, what were you going to say?
No. Continue. Like,
There's
where
clearly
were we?
too many people booked on the boat than there is seats.
Yeah, it's not.
So
It's probably
because-
not legal, the amount of weight
Oh,
on
yeah,
the boat.
for sure not.
It's not right
We
at
ended
all.
up having to sit at the top, which is fine. But we ended up sitting in the sun for a little bit. So
Yeah, we sat
now
beside
we're two
the-
baked spuds.
Yeah, baked spuds, baked beans. I'm sizzled. I don't know if you can see it here, but all, of course, not like planned sizzled. So like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
half
yeah.
of my body,
Yeah.
like here, I'm like
For
all
most of the
tingly.
journey, like you had shade like diagonal across your face.
And my hair was just blowing. It was so funny. Like, my hair was just blowing in the wind. So I had like full curtains the whole boat journey, but I was loving it. And then I didn't feel obviously with the breeze. And then we had a couple of beers on the boat, and you know, I think we had like 2 beers each, and we felt half
We
cut.
had 4 beers.
Did we?
Yes.
4 beers. No, but after 2.
Yeah,
I
but
think
I think
after
after
two
two is because
we were
like we hadn't had a coffee yet. We didn't really have any breakfast, and
We
we
were
were in the
pretty-
scorching heat, and we were probably dehydrated.
So as you do, you're just sitting there on the boat, a couple of beers in, and you just feel, it's just a life, like, this is a life. I said, honey, we've made it. I've took you on a wee cruise. So, yeah.
So now we're
Um,
here. We're in
Now we're
Lombok.
here. But anyway, back to the dirt road. Like, yeah, the taxi driver that we were in the taxi, like, coming up here on arrival yesterday, and the taxi driver was like, you've arrived. And we were just kind of going like, okay, is it okay here? And he's like,
No, he said, "How long you stay? Or how long you book?"
How long you book for here? Like, but he had the face. Did you see his face? He was like, how long you book? And we were like, yeah, just one night. Why? And he was like, oh yeah.
He said, "Okay, you take my number if you need
you
me.
take my
Come."
number, I bring you into
call me.
town. And we were just like, oh fuck's sake. So that was that. Got out, and yeah, like I said, someone was just mixing. Like, there wasn't a cement mixer over here. It's just like fucking some guy with a big pile of stone and a bucket of water just mixing on the, so you just got out, and this guy was just looking at you like, what are you doing here, mate? And I'm just like, okay, we're here to check in. So right. And then a 15-year-old kid, he's like, oh really, checking in? Yeah, so check in, come up to the room, musty, dusty, but it's got good views.
Yeah,
Apart from that, it's not really got anything else. We got
that's
some-
okay. We literally paid like $50 for it.
$50. So if
like
anyone,
25 quid.
anyone watching or listening, $50 is like 25 quid, pounds, and 50. It was like 54 Aussie dollars. So for one night, like that's, if you can see on the reflection of the window, it's got good views, and it is what it is, guys. You know, like you can't have it right every time. You know.
Can't complain. Like,
I complain, like, at the end of the day,
where would you get
we've
it?
got the sunshine, half burnt, looking like a wee crusty crab.
You know, it's so funny because we're like walking around burnt. And, or when was it the other day? Someone had said to you, like before we got burnt, someone had said to you, I remember, or what did he say? About you being white?
Oh yeah, some like Aussie guy who'd like, you can tell he just goes to Bali once a year, and it's like he's like a truck driver. You can tell, like he's
Yeah.
just one of them ones, and he just came in. He was just like, he sits at the pool, the bar, with his family, and he drink beer there, and he's just like, oh, I remember when I was. What did he say? I remember when I looked like that white. Or he said something that
before I
didn't make
started
sense. He
coming
said
here.
like looked like that white or something. I remember just looking at him being like, oh, because we were like kind of feeling a bit icky that day, and I just kind of put my head under the water, and I just like.
But the
and I
funny
put my
thing
head
is,
under.
it's like we've literally been
I know,
in Asia for
mate. We've been
for 6 months or something.
called
Over that now.
avoiding. It's called avoiding sunshine, you know, 'cause it's not really good to be out in it. Like if you're doing what we're doing, like you can't be out in the sun, like.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, you need your vitamin D and that's fine, but
you get enough of that there.
we're not ones for sunbathing, are we? Like, I'll literally, like, if we go to a beach or we go to a pool or we go anywhere, like, the first thing I'm like, where's the shade? Get me in the shade. But we genuinely didn't have a choice on that boat. Like, we
No.
were, we
That
got
was
on the
hectic.
top of the boat and it was already packed. And then when the boat actually, like, left the port, then more people came up on top because obviously they didn't want to be under the bottom because it's shit, and if you've got like seasickness or anything, like it's always worse when you're on the bottom. So more people came up, and we were all like actually sitting like this for like the first 2 hours of the journey.
And then you get a bunch of Russian girls. There was about 8 of them. Just coming, like, basically sat on your knee and didn't even say like, oh, sorry.
No.
They just kind of took over your space, and we were like, okay. So yeah, that was that boat journey. We're here now. We're here in Lombok, and we are going to go to look for another hotel today. We rented a motorbike last night and came up the dirt road in it, and it was not safe.
I'm actually dreading going back down here with all our stuff on the bike.
It's hectic. If you watch like our stuff on Instagram or whatever, we'll take a video of it. Let's take a video of it. Hopefully, if we survive.
I mean, I feel like we've drove worse now.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Oh,
like, I mean, on a scrambler, yes.
No, I'm talking about the bike.
Oh, the bike? The bike's alright.
Oh, right.
The bike's okay. It's the
Just
road's
so
just
bad.
not safe. It's off-road.
It was actually so
On-road,
funny when we
off-road.
were coming up, because we were coming up last night. There's no lights on this road, so it's like pitch black. And we had the lights from the bike, obviously. And we just seen this thing crossing. But we were like, because it was raining, I think, at some point yesterday. It was raining yesterday evening.
Yeah.
So it was all like sludgy and dirty and like slippy, and like my ribs are still really sore from our accident. And we just see in the distance this thing like walking across. We're like, what is that? And it's a fucking crab. Like the crab was like the size of your foot.
It was massive.
It was
like,
huge.
it was-
But I didn't even
give a
get the
fuck.
video. I was so
He
annoyed.
didn't give a fuck. He was just like...
He didn't move, and we're like, mate, we're about to actually probably fall on top of you.
And
Don't move your
he
arms.
looked up
Like,
and was like, why are you even staying at this resort? Like,
I know.
just fucking turn away. But yeah, he didn't really move. I actually thought he was going to bite your ankles as we
Yeah, because
drove
you didn't
past.
drive far from him.
I know.
You nearly
I'm sorry.
drove over him. You were
I
that
know.
close to him.
I was so tense just going up the road. It was so hectic. Like,
But at least
There's
there wasn't dogs. On the reviews, it said that there's dogs,
dogs that attack
that
you
like
on
attack.
the road.
So
Yeah.
that's fun.
So we were driving like 2 miles per hour and like going up this fucking sludgy road, and it's just not safe on a moped because you slip on a moped on an actual concrete road when
if
it's
it's
raining.
wet, yeah.
Never mind being on a sludge spot. Like, it's so dangerous. So you know, I was just panicking. I was thinking we're gonna get munched by a dog, and we're also gonna come off, and we could potentially get attacked by crabs.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine we're like writing a review being like, yeah, the dogs are fine. It's the crabs you need to watch out
Fucking
for.
crusty halfway down the lane, mate. He can't, like, he's fucking, he's eating my ankles. Have you ever been bit by a crab?
Sure, I have.
I've never been. I wouldn't even go near one. Like,
Yeah, when you used to like go crab fishing and stuff.
no. I've
Obviously,
never-
would not do that now. I would not condone that. But back in the day, I would have gone crab fishing, and yeah, I'm sure I've been not bit. They don't bite you. It's just their claws like nip you.
Yeah, but is it sore?
Well, they're sharp, like yeah.
I
And
know, but-
it's just a nip. It's a nip.
I don't like nips. Unless they're
Juicy ones.
juicy ones on your breasts. Yeah, so
I wanted to talk about our time in Kuta in Bali.
oh, okay.
So just to put it into like to explain, we've been to Bali before. We came to Bali in 2020.
2019. Right?
No, we came in January.
Did we go in January?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we stayed for like 5 weeks, and then like the week or two after we came home from Bali is whenever COVID happened.
Yeah.
So we've been here before. We did like a tour group. We came with my mum and did like a tour thing where everything's planned, and like where you're having dinner and what activities you're doing, and like your accommodation, everything's all organized. So we did like most of the touristy things. Like we've seen like the temples, and
There's the Pineda.
we did
Gili
Nusa Penida,
Islands.
Gili Islands, all of that. And all the like we've been to Ubud, we've been to Uluwatu, we've been to obviously Kuta, and then so anyway, this was 2020, so this is 4 years ago, and we had been told that from COVID, Bali's kind of went to shit a little bit. Like not necessarily gone to shit, but just it's a little bit
it's a
more
bit-
dirty and
Yeah.
not. I guess I'm
It's a bit run
assuming.
down, but a lot of businesses and stuff have been closed.
Yeah,
Like,
so they
it's
had to
just a
like
bit-
close down. Like you understand.
Even Kuta was quite empty. Like I mean,
Yeah, compared
the
to what-
main
yeah,
street
yeah.
was kinda, there was
Like
loads closed
Kuta
down.
is like the Patong of Bali, or like it's the busy. It's got a big shopping center. It's got all the bars, all the clubs. any drug you want, I'm sure you can find. But we had just went to Kuta just because it's pretty close to the airport, and we just thought we'll spend a few nights there before we go somewhere else. We weren't sure if we're going to come to Lombok or go to Seminyak or whatever. So we go out. Our second night, we're like, we just, you're feeling it, day drinking, whatever, and we meet another few Irish.
Never good.
Never a good combo.
Never good.
And it was all good. It was fine. But then, well, this is a thing. We're still not sure. And we could potentially reach out to those people and be like, did you do this? Or was it the bar?
Yeah.
Do I really want to start that? Do I really want...
No.
I kind of just want to forget about it. I don't really care what happened. Whatever happened, happened.
Yeah.
We don't need to see these people again. Like, we probably won't.
I mean...
But I still don't know if it was them or if it was the bar.
But it wasn't really... It wasn't even that expensive. It actually wasn't.
I know, but it's not the point.
It was the whole point.
And compared to... We only had like 4 beers in that tab. Because we had already paid our tab. So basically what happened was, near the end of the night, so the couple we were with had left.
Break it down, like, start it off like the proper story. So,
yeah, but I just don't want to give too, like, because we're also talking about
at
people.
lunchtime we went to this bar. We were just walking past. We had a coffee and we weren't even expecting to have a beer. We just saw something significant in the bar and we were like, oh, let's sit and have one beer.
Yeah.
So we went and had one beer, and then there was a pool table, of course, and then the Balinese guy was like, oh, do you want to go a pool? And I was like, mate, do you want to get smoke? He's like, oh, mate. So then kicked his ass in pool, kept playing pool, played with a few other people, and then
the old guy who was offering me Valium.
He was about, what was he, 85 or something? Anyway, he was living his best life. I was beating him in pool, and then the beers were obviously flowing, so we were about just drinking. We went there at like 1 o'clock, and it got to like 5 or 6 when we met the Irish people, and sitting, talking away, chatting, everything was good. They actually extended their flight to like stay with us that night.
They were literally supposed to go catch their flight, and then but they also did the same thing the night before. They were supposed to catch their flight, and they'd went out in the rip and missed their flight. So then they basically did the same thing over again.
So we were drinking away with Emmons, and then obviously like, oh, do you want a shot and all this blah blah blah. So they were kind of running up a tab, and like everyone was kind of had separate bills.
We had already halfway through the night we all had paid we all like paid up to date on our bills, like our separate bills.
We don't drink cocktails or shots or whatever, so we were just on the bin tang all day. So our bill was pretty easy. Like every time it was like, oh, 5 bin tang. So we were just, and they knew we were there we were there from lunchtime, so they knew us. They were quite familiar with us. And then it got to like 9 o'clock that night, so we'd been in the bar like all day, all night, and your ribs started getting really, really, really sore. So Danielle was like, right, I'm done. These Irish guys, the Irish couple, they were like, right, well, we want to move on bars, and we were like, yeah, no worries. So we were just sitting there like over at the toilet, because you couldn't really move at that stage.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and then the Irish guy came over and was like, oh yeah, mate, we're gonna split on to another bar. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you, and have a good night, whatever, take her easy. And then we got back there and got our bags and stuff from the seat, the bit we were sitting at, and then we went to go out, and he said, oh, you've got a bill to pay. And we were like, okay.
No, we went up to pay our bill.
We went up to pay our bill, and we were just like, oh, it's going to be like a few beers, because we've been catching up on it. And then the girl, what did she say? Like, how did it
She had just give us the bill, and then we looked at it and we were like, why is there like espresso martinis,
shots of whiskey,
they were drinking, I don't know, some other type of cocktail.
Smirnoff Ice.
And we were like, this isn't ours. Like, we've only been drinking beers. And the owner or the woman at the bar, I don't know, was like,
a young Balinese girl,
was like, oh, your friends said that you're paying the bill. We were like, they're not our friends. We literally just met them tonight.
They were like, you were sitting having a drink with them.
We were like, so?
That doesn't mean anything. It's like, I could be sitting with anyone in, like, anywhere and having one beer. Like, it's a common thing, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean you're friends. And then she was like, oh, well,
She was like, so, well, you have to pay it. Someone has to pay it. And we were like, well.
We were like, right, okay. So
I was like, look at the cameras because you can see that we didn't drink any of those drinks. We've been drinking beers all night long. We have not touched any of those cocktails. Look up and watch the cameras. We've been here all day. They came. We met them. You can actually see them a minute because you were like playing pool with a guy. And then like that's how we kind of met. Like we clearly didn't come together. Yeah. And then she was like, okay, I'll call the police. And I was like, yeah, I'm not leaving or paying until
call the police.
And she literally she got her phone out and FaceTimed someone,
some random guy
who was like lying in bed.
Yeah.
And we were like,
yeah, it was getting a bit out of hand. And then we were like, oh, she was like, some guy went and got this Aussie guy, and we were like, oh, he's the owner or whatever. I don't know who he was, but it was just some big guy, and he's just like.
He said, what's the problem? We were like,
I don't know how to I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to describe him, but yeah,
he was just a typical
yeah, he was just a dickhead. So he was like, oh yeah, fucking this is how it is, mate. You fucking someone has to pay it.
And we were like, well, I was like, well, I'm waiting on the police, and he was like, well, the police can come. He said the police can come.
I said
you'll be locked up anyway.
I said yeah. I said check the CCTV, mate. They're not working, mate. I was like, all right. So then. You've no CCTV working in your place, right? Okay, no worries. We'll just wait on the place. This is literally over like fucking. I swear to God, it's over like $25.
Is that it?
Like $25 or $30 or something.
Oh,
but that's not. Yeah, but the point was.
I know.
I was trying to make the point. I said, mate. I was talking to Aussie guy, and I was like, so you're telling me that, right? So who I can go over, right? I can just walk into the bar. Apparently, this is how it is in Bali, right? So I can go into the bar. Order a few drinks, and just be like, I'm over at that table. Go and sit beside some Aussie people, some Irish people, and just have a conversation with them, right? Order like 4 or 5 drinks, just fucking drink them all, and then walk out of the bar. So if I walk out of the bar and go like on my way to go to the bank machine and just never come back, all the people who I go to speak to have to pay the bill. That's apparently how it works. So. I just didn't really understand. I was like, mate, can you please just tell me how it makes any sense? He's like, oh, it's just the way it is in Bali.
And he just kept saying, you can wait for the police all you want, but you'll be the ones getting locked up. And I was like, mate, why would we get locked up? Firstly, it's over not that much money. Like, okay, if it comes to it and the police disagree, we'll pay it for fuck's sake. But it was just the principle of the whole thing was just like, fuck you for just like letting people just walk out of your bar and then making us pay for that. Like. Yeah, no. You literally wouldn't get that anywhere else in the world.
It was so annoying because he was like he was acting a big man too, but he was also kind of like semi-shitting himself because I was like, right, okay, so you've no cameras in your bar, all your bar workers have been offering me all sorts of drugs all night. Like, you literally, I know so much about this bar. I've been in here all day, and you're going to fucking keep arguing with me over $30. He was like, oh, you're paying it. Someone has to pay it. And I just said, like, I just was getting really, 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 really angry. And it was, like, getting serious. He's like looking across the road. And there was, like, other people getting involved. And I was like, right, okay, something's going to happen. It's probably not going to be good for us. It's just me and you. So
I remember you being like, okay, I've got 400. Can we just settle at that? And then I had obviously, I don't know, I was pretty well wasted by this stage. But I had obviously said something. And as he was about to agree with it, she shouted over and was like, she just called me a bitch.
Yeah.
And he was like, you called my wife a bitch? And I was like,
she
is a bitch.
Pay it all now.
And in fact, I actually didn't. I said, no, I didn't call her a bitch. I called her evil. I said, yous are all fucking evil. All the lotties are evil. Yous are evil cunts.
It was so weird. It was actually it was so dark, you know, and it just made you realise, like, actually, like, you hear it all the time, people talking about it and stuff, like, there's no need to be out like after a certain time at night. Like if you're having like day drinking's great, day drinking's amazing, but once you've had your day drinks and it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and especially in places like that, people just
nothing good happens after a certain time.
People get so like toxic, and it's just like it's actually like
it's just also alcohol. Like it's just alcohol. It's just shit. It's just like
something like it goes dark. Everything goes dark. Like these people you seen in this guy's eyes, he was just like he was thriving.
Yeah, he was loving it.
Like no one cared. It was
He's
like
just thinking,
look
at these young Irish kids living their life. I'm just a fucking depressed old bastard who's just sitting with my. The only reason I'm in Bali is because I've married a Balinese girl.
tobacco.
This is just his life. He just sits in front of a bar and just smokes and just drinks himself to death. Like,
sitting there with his wee tobacco teeth, just
turns
fucking
me.
in his bintang vest top, just like arguing over $30, mate. I was just like, that's not an average bar owner, mate, that would understand that straight away and be like, right, okay, I understand what you mean. It's $30, right? We'll let that one slide. It's clearly not used. It's our problem that the fucking CCTV's not working either. Like you've been in our bar all day. You've spent probably over $100, $120.
Easily.
You spent $150 in bar all day. It's okay. We'll let that slip. We know it's not used. But nah, he was just arguing. So that was just toxic.
I just hate that, like, and a lot of people also, you go like bar hopping, you know, and we, like,
you committed to that.
we
bar,
just
like.
sat in this bar the whole time, paid so much money towards it, and like, I don't know, I just hate that.
So
It's just
weird.
disrespectful. Like,
Yeah, so we ended up meeting at like, I don't know, whatever it was, but met in the middle, told him to shove it up his hole. That was it. Went on down the street, went home, and then that was it. We were just like, let's get out of this place. Don't like Kuta. Thought the people were quite, like, a few of the people, Balinese people, don't really want to serve you and like look after you. Customer service
from
is a
like
bit
the last
strange,
time we
like,
were
you
in
have to-
Bali.
yeah,
It was,
it's complete
I don't know,
opposite,
it's
like.
just something's different about it. I don't know.
Something's different. Like it's
And
like
obviously this doesn't go for everywhere. This is just like our experience in Kuta.
but
our
it wasn't
last
even
experience
just, like it wasn't even just Kuta. It wasn't even just. The more I think about it, like when we went to that other place, like down from where was that called? What was that called? Jimbandong. Like where our suitcase is now. Jimbandong.
Oh, you mean the Spanish place?
No, but down that way, even at the hotel and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like we're staying at this like luxury hotel, and like it's quite expensive to stay. I mean, for Bali, it's quite expensive. It's like over $100 a night, and like no service, like same thing. Like because we obviously
Some of them were nice, like the girl at the front desk.
some of
was
them are nice, but some of them are just like simple things of like, yeah, mate, can I just have like the nasi goreng, but can I have it like vegetables and no egg and no chicken? Oh, but we've only got chicken on the
menu, like
I'm
on the
just like,
physical menu. And
right,
we're like,
okay, so you're going to charge me the same. It's not the point again. It's the same thing. It's like you're going to charge me the same price
for chicken and
for-
egg.
when it's not the.
It's literally just vegetables.
It wasn't even
and
fried
rice.
rice. It was like fucking boiled vegetable rice. And so anyway, I wasn't complaining about it, but I was just mentioning it, and he was just like, "Oh, it's the only thing."
He said it's automated system. We're like,
So obviously we've got experience like managing and stuff, and just like me, you can just get the manager to override that as like.
but the thing was,
it's
even the
rice and
manager
veg-
after we'd said, like, again, we made the point of like, it's not necessarily the money. It's just the point that, you know, that item on the menu we've asked for less of what's on it. Surely it should be a little bit cheaper. Like, I'm not asking for it half price, just a little bit cheaper. And even the manager came over and was like, "Oh, sorry, there's nothing we can do. It's on the system. We can give you 2 free drinks."
Yeah, so they give us 2 free juices. It
I'm
was
like,
like the
what do you
value
mean
of
there's
like
not?
the value of like giving. Like it would have been better. I just don't understand. People don't really get it. It's like what they could have done is just take like 1 bintang off the bill, or take one of the nasi gorengs off the bill, but instead they give us the value of 2 drinks. So obviously it values nothing to them. So yeah, I had that concept. And anyway, I just thought the service. We went out for tapas that night. Again, it was high end for Bali restaurant. Like bought a jug of sangria that was cost us $50. We bought tapas that was very expensive. Like a little bowl of olives, a little bowl of bravos.
Patatas bravas.
Patatas bravos. Oh my. And it was just like the girls were they were all sitting at the table, like,
On their phones. Like,
on the phones. At
the
the
waitresses
bar.
were
Like all the
sitting
waitresses were just
at a
sitting there.
table, and we had to like, how many times did you actually get off your
I had to
seat?
go up to their table and be like, and then they'd go off their phones and like trail their feet and like go and get to the menu.
Like, as
or
if
go
we're
and be
like
yeah, like
pissing
as
them
if you're
off.
pissing them off. You felt that vibe. And I'm just like, we are spending so much money in here. Like, give me something. Like,
I
you know
know.
what I mean? I'm only asking. They just give us a big fucking like stale bread with no olive oil or no
Balsamic.
just plain bread, and it was dry, like it was toasted, and it was just nothing on it. It was like, oh, is there any olive oil or anything? And they were just looking at you like.
And then just give us this jug of like this much olive, like a massive like 2-liter jug with like this much in it. So and you literally said like, shouldn't this get filled up at the end of service?
Yeah. But anyway, so that was our experience.
But anyway,
I think here,
yes, Lombok's cool.
Bali itself, like, is from where we've been. We've obviously maybe people will correct us. We haven't been to the right places or.
Well, it's just that we've been to them before, so we're not going to go and do all those things again because we've done them before. Yeah. But yes, we do understand that obviously Kuta is, and that area in Bali is not like authentic Bali. Like, we understand that. We've been to Uluwatu, we've been to Ubud, we've been to all those other places, so we understand. But I have, no matter, either way, I would say from 4 years ago, from before COVID, it's definitely changed a little bit. And I also don't know if that's because our experience in Thailand was so good. Like, we didn't really come in contact with any, like, as in the Thai people themselves. Like, there wasn't, everything was good, right?
Yeah,
like, they were so welcoming. They wanted to do anything. Like, they just wanted to do anything to make you happy and enjoy your stay. And I don't know if maybe that's coming from that to here. I don't know. Maybe we're being a little bit picky. I'm not sure.
I don't think. I just feel more. I feel more sorry for people who maybe are going on their first holiday, and they're maybe going on the first holiday to Bali, and they go to Kuta, or they go to that, and
this is your sign to not go.
You're not really getting.
Do Kuta if you want to do that party thing. Like, do it for like 1 or 2 nights, but just get out of Kuta. Like, make sure you go to the nicer places or go to the islands.
Too much, and it's just like I think it also is maybe just us though.
Yeah, I think
it could be us. Like, we like chilling. We like nice places, like, you know. But we don't like to be. We don't brag, and we don't pay for big expensive places. But we like a nice wee bargain where it's.
But you won't see us staying in a hostel.
You won't see us staying in a hostel.
We've done that. We've done that a lot.
From the hostels,
and I think we have a podcast about
we do.
One of the first podcasts I think
hostels,
are about some of our experiences in the hostels.
Speaking to the American guy, like, yesterday in Lombok, and he was like, oh, I love the hostels, man. Like, I've been doing hostels for years. And I'm like, I totally get that. But if you're a single man or single woman, like, a hostel's probably, why not? And you can travel for longer and stuff. But I think, like, as a couple and, like if you're wanting to, you know, like, and you're in a mixed 12 dormitory, like, it's a bit of a.
Well, it just depends what your life's like. If you're going out drinking, if you're doing all that sort of stuff, or you're like you want to meet people, as in like you're a solo traveler and you're like literally chasing new people and whatever. Like, we're pretty content at the minute, just like meeting, you know, people here and there, but we're not like going out searching for. Like, we're pretty nice in our own company.
Whatever comes in our path, you know what I mean, is what we deal with, you know, because we've been there before, and you've went out chasing and stuff, and you end up meeting like people that are maybe not the same.
Yeah,
you figure
you're not really on the same wavelength.
You know, so and
but that's okay.
Then it's just a load of small talk, you know.
I fucking hate small talk.
Just silly talk of like.
I hate small talk. I wish
you love it. I do love a good old chat. Like,
you do, but like.
I just think I just like to, because I kind of do it for my own. Like, for my own good. Like, I like to just have a conversation just to keep myself, you know. So then I know, like, especially with the job that we're going into and whatever, like, you'll be dealing with the public constantly, like, being like managing things.
I know.
Like,
no, I understand it. I understand.
I haven't. We've lived in Bali. We've lived in Thailand for like 6 months, and then come over here, still speaking a bit Thai.
I know.
How many times trying to like speaking to an American yesterday. I was like, I don't even want to small talk with you, mate, but I'm going to because I need to, because this is what our future job is going to hold in a couple of weeks, and
I know, but it's just
I need to practice, you know.
See
it's
that,
like warming up.
How many times can you tell someone where you're from, where you were before this?
I know.
Like,
without.
Oh, it just does my nut in.
The thing is, with
saying the same thing over and over again.
You could actually just tell lies.
I know we should just make up a whole different lie.
I could just say, like, he'd be like, oh, so where are you from? I'd just be like, Brazilian. I'm Brazilian. And he's just like, wow, man, really? Actually, I know. I think I'm probably the only ginger Brazilian on earth. You know what I mean? Actually, I might just be like, yeah, like, my dad was born, like, he's born in fucking San Jose.
Is that sounds
Brazil. San Marino?
Brasilia? Is the capital of Brazil?
San Miguel? Is it? San Miguel sounds, it's Spanish.
San Miguel's definitely Spanish.
But you know what I mean? Like, I might just for a wee reaction, and we could talk
It
about
would
the
be kind of
podcast,
funny.
just speak to someone and just be, yeah, mate, I'm fucking, you wouldn't believe
When
I'm
the guy-
actually from Abu Dhabi. Like,
Whenever they're like that guy asked us yesterday, where you staying? Be like, oh, just on the port, just park me yacht up.
yes. or like, just on the, like, there's just like a fucking mad expensive hotel, like the Ritz or something, over the beaches. Just on the top, the
penthouse on the Ritz.
penthouse on the Ritz. Just, oh, what do you do for, mate?
Porn star.
Porn star. We could actually do that. Like, I've been thinking about that. You could just go around like all these nice accommodations and just
like,
shoot videos. Like,
that's like manifestation at like its best. Like just completely lying about like but a life that you would want. Like, oh
and then
yeah.
just you end up living it.
Yeah. So
We just be like the Tinder swindlers.
yeah.
We just lie it and live it. Fuck it. Let's do it. So if anyone speaks to me today,
You're from
I'm
Brazil.
from
We've got a
Brazil.
yacht and we're porn stars.
We're porn stars. They call me fucking.
Someone's just gonna look at us and go, they're fucking loony bins. They've lost it. They probably think we're on
Joses.
drugs.
What do they call me? Jose Humpback. No.
Fanta pubes.
What's like a Brazilian name? I'm just thinking of fucking Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Roberto
Ronaldinho.
Carlos. Oh, there you go. Roberto Stalliano.
Yeah.
Roberto
No,
Stalliano.
that's definitely Italian, no?
I mean,
You could say you're half Italian. I'll say it. I'm gonna say I'm Italian. That's why I love
you could
pasta.
actually. No, but what do you? We were talking about this the other day. What do you look like? You think you look? You could pass as a Spaniard, like.
I don't know.
Okay, let's
I don't
call
think
you,
so.
what
Maybe
will
with
we call
my burnt face right now, but
What's the Spanish name?
what could I be if I
Dina?
wasn't
Dina sounds Spanish. Dina.
Dina? I think that's like Swedish.
Okay.
I don't know actually.
No, I think that's Tina. Tina.
What could I be named if I wasn't named my name?
Bertha.
Oh my god. You'd be if you weren't Brian.
I think you look like a fucking. It's weird. You look like a Sarah
That's so.
or like a Michaela or like a Roberta. No, you don't look like a Roberta. You kind of do look like a Danielle or Stephanie
Okay.
or Kiki.
What's
I don't know, Kiki.
if you weren't Brian, you'd definitely be like John. What's another old man's name?
I know I've got the oldest name.
Richard.
Richard. Oh my god.
What else? What is another
John.
old?
I can't get over that.
John. You definitely, if you weren't Brian, you'd be John.
John or Willie.
No. Willie's like
No,
you can
Billy.
get young Willie, so there's no one under the age of like at least 42 called Brian. Like
There
apart
is-
from you.
I don't think there is. There's that. Yeah. doesn't
But
matter.
isn't it weird how names work? Like, have you ever met a Danielle that's over the age of like 30?
Sure.
Have you?
No.
Have you ever met like a Tina who's 13?
No. That's okay.
Isn't it strange?
I actually don't think there's any Brians out there, and if there is, like, hit me up.
What do you mean? They're all dead.
No, like the ones, the ones that aren't dead, like the ones I want to start up a petition. I want to meet Brian's. Right, I'll be
Brian, all the Brians.
35 and under.
All the Brians don't know how to work a computer or a phone. You're never going to be able to get in touch with them.
Famous for being
You're going to have to write letters to like, you're going to have to go through the phone book and find all the Brians and write letters to them.
Oh my god. I might actually start like, there's no one. I don't think there's anyone 27 years of age called Brian. There isn't, like.
I know it is mental. Like
It's actually.
what's like an old woman's name? Like,
Deirdre.
yeah. Have you
Deirdre.
ever met a 20-year-old called Deirdre, or do you know of one?
But there's someone that's going to bring that back. That's the thing. There's someone out there who's going to be like, yeah, she looks like a... Like, oh, there you go. Your auntie, hasn't she named... she's named her... not your auntie. Your uncle's daughter's called Lily.
Yeah, but
Is that short? Is her
that's
name
short.
actually Elizabeth?
No, it's Lily.
Ah, but that's short for Elizabeth.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
Is
Lily's
she
a
back
young.
The times?
No, if she was bringing
Do
back
you-
the times, it would be Elizabeth.
Do you reckon surely there's kids out there called Betty?
No, because Betty's short for Elizabeth.
Yeah, I know, but I think there's people just now it's common to like give them nicknames as like actual names. Like I feel like there's definitely
Actually,
called
Betty could be kind of cute.
Yeah, Betty, but I feel like isn't there
Like
people
Betty
called
Boop?
Betsy?
Yeah,
Betsy.
Betsy's cute. So
Betsy's
cute.
Yeah, but you can't be a Betsy unless you've got like at least 10 acres of land out your back. You can't be. I refuse to hear of anyone called Betsy unless they've got 2 tractors and 10
yeah,
acres.
sure. And what's the husband called? Betsy and Bob.
Betsy and Bob. No. Husband. Like what's like a farmer's, like a common farmer guy's name?
Joe.
No.
Farmer Joe.
Farmer Joe. Jim? You'd be
No.
probably going up to Jim's farm.
No, Jim like drives lorries.
Jim drives lorries. What about like I've just thought of an old woman's name. I don't know why it's came. Agnes. That's old.
Oh, Agnes is definitely gonna hunt you when she's dead, though.
Yeah, Agnes is fuck.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. we're just off on one, but it's all right for the.
I'm
for the-
absolutely
for the people.
dripping
That's
here,
what they
like-
want to listen to the nonce talking.
The
Nonsense. The nonce
Can
talking.
you confirm that? Can you just
No, we're
finish
not
that
nonce.
sentence?
Nonsense, not nonce. Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ,
Cancelled.
your chabs are gonna be in the video.
That's all right. They're covered now.
No, it's not alright. I'm gonna have to blur over
You
them.
won't blur.
Mate, people have to pay for that content.
But what about this for beautiful views? Like, you know,
Aye, beautiful
Just
views and a
looking-
fucking
looking-
construction site. And by the way, I'm also sorry if you can hear the
Yeah.
construction in the background because it's just
I might go down and be
Constant.
like, will you fuck up? Actually, like, I might go down and be like, mate, seriously? 9 o'clock? Like,
they're not gonna
10
give a
o'clock?
shit.
really?
Also, they know everyone's up. You know, there's only like 3 people here. That no one's staying next door to us, and there's only 2 like little cottages down there, and that's it. They don't have any. That's why they're doing construction, because they need to get more fucking buildings here to get more money in.
They do. They need to fucking, first start, just put, like, concrete. They need to fucking put that cement on the road, mate.
I know.
It's fucking. What we'll do is we'll take a video of the road and put it on our Instagram. Like whenever this goes out, look at our Instagram. Yeah, I reckon we should just wrap.
Look at
it
our
up.
Instagram for some good road content.
Yeah,
It's
good road
exactly what
content.
they want to
All
say.
about them holes. There's a few holes on it, like
Should
a few
we?
dirty holes. Oh, yeah. That's all.
Okay.
Right.
Should we cut it?
Should we wrap it up? Cut the shit.
Wrap her up because I am dripping.
Dripping.
I've got actual knee sweat under here.
Dripping down my neck, soaking wet, and it's up for the crowd.
Yeah. Let's get a little wet. Okay, bye.
I love the way you're working me down. Bye. Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you for listening. Oh, shout out to one of our listeners. I don't want to say any names in case she doesn't want me to say it, but she like reached out and was like, "Oh, I've been listening to your podcast for a while."
That made us really happy.
Yeah,
That was really good.
Hurt my
That was
heart.
so cute.
And she said that she has been listening to our podcast and that like it's she kind of made it out as if like that's made her like give her the idea to go to Australia, and she's 2 weeks in Australia at the minute,
Awesome.
and she's living her best life as you do
Loving
when you
it.
come to Australia.
Yeah, girl. Get him.
So yeah, maybe our next podcast, I don't know, maybe the next
Invite
one
her
might
on.
be in the next one might be in Australia
Yep.
again,
Did
or
we
maybe
tell the
not.
folks that we're going back to Australia?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Yeah,
Yep.
we're going back.
We're going
It's
back.
fucking pulling us back.
We're back.
We've got 4 months left on our visa,
Yeah.
and we're gonna work it.
I've got Australia tattooed on my arm, like, so that was a bit of a rookie mistake of kind of like printed it on me, so I'm dedicated to it and all its offerings. Anyway, I think we should wrap it up. I'm getting a bit sweaty.
I'm absolutely soaking. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Danny and Baz Blabbing On. Remember, if they can do it, so can you. Just wing it.